Hello everyone and welcome to our GAinful series, January 21st to 27th, 2019. Let's get started with our first 5 questions. Which company has acquired 51% stake in IDBI Bank? Okay, this is the first question. Which US-based Indian poet has received the Women's Voice Award at APJ Kolkata Literary Festival? Which project has won the Chhatra Vishwakarma Award 2018? Which member of parliament has been bestowed with Sansad Ratna Award for distinguished performance as a parliamentarian this year? Meghalaya, Manipur and Tripura celebrated their statehood day on which day? Here are your answers now. LIC has completed the acquisition of 51% controlling stake in IDBI Bank. Very old news, but formalities we know it takes a lot of time. Ranjani Murali received Women's Voice Award at APJ Kolkata Literary Festival. Army Institute of Technology's project titled Mosquito Detector, Counter and Alerter won the first prize at Chhatra Vishwakarma Award 2018. Anurag Thakur has been bestowed with Sansad Ratna Award, and Manipur, Meghalaya and Tripura celebrated their statehood on January 21st. Let's go to the next 5. Recently, where has the Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched a new defence industrial corridor? Which state has shown the highest GDP growth in the financial year 2017-18? And Andry Rajoelina is the new president of which country? Where would India Steel 2019 exhibition and conference be held? And according to IMF, what will be the GDP growth rate of India for the financial year 1920? Let's look at the answers here. Okay, we are talking about Tamil Nadu Defence Industrial Corridor. We know in the budget 2 places were identified, Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So this has happened now in the Tamil Nadu. Okay, now Bihar and Andhra Pradesh led the pack among the state in terms of GDP growth in the financial year 2017-18, clocking 11.3 and 11.2. We should not forget Bihar will be having very small base, so that base effect is also there in this growth. 1 month after runoff election for presidency, Madagascar, the new head of state Andry Rajoelina took his oath of office. The capital, Antananarivo. India Steel 2019 exhibition and conference will be held in Mumbai, and India will grow at a world-beating pace of 7.5 in 1920. That's the prediction of IMF. Okay, let's look at the next 5. Which company is a partner in Policy Hack Challenge for teachers and school representative? On which company France's data privacy watchdog slapped a fine of $56.8 million for breaching Europe's new general data protection regulation? Recently, which country has banned Indian currency above rupees 100? Saint Shiva Kumar Swami belonged to which sect? And Padma Bhushan awardee Jagjit Singh Chopra was a famous what? Let us look at the answers here. Dell India has partnered. Yeah, so this is Dell India, which has partnered with UNESCO, Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Education for Peace and Sustainable Development, as well as Ignis to launch Policy Hack for teachers and school representatives. So that's Dell India for you. France's data privacy watchdog, known as CNIL, slapped Google with $56.8 million fine. That was, I think, 50 million euro. Okay, in euro it was 50 million, claiming the US tech giant was in breach of Europe's new general data protection regulation, which was designed to protect consumer right to privacy and anonymity when it comes to data they share with businesses. Nepal Central Bank, they recently banned the use of Indian currency of 2,500 and 200 denomination, a move that could affect Indian tourists visiting Himalayan nation where Indian currency is widely used. Most revered Lingayat Shiva Kumar Swami, the head pontiff of 5 centuries old Siddhaganga Mutt in Tumakuru, passed away. He was 111 years old. Padma Bhushan neurologist Jagjit Singh Chopra has died at the age of 84. So he was a neurologist. Okay, let's move to the next. Which country has topped the trust index among both the informed public and general population segments in 2019 Edelman Trust Barometer Report? What is the rank of India in Global Talent Competitive Index released by World Economic Forum? Madhu Babu Pension Yojana belongs to which state? The 4th Arab Economic and Social Development Summit was held where? And which company has launched new e-commerce platform Reweave in for handloom weavers? Let's look at the answers here. China topped the trust index here. We improved by 3 points, now to 52. India has moved up 1 position to rank 80th in the Global Talent Competitive Index. But remains a laggard among the BRIC nations. This is, a common theme that our skill set do not match the current job requirements. Okay, Switzerland continues to top the list. Odisha government hiked the social security allowance under Madhu Babu Pension Yojana. So Madhu Babu Pension Yojana, we are talking about Odisha government. An economic development summit was held in Lebanese capital Beirut, organized by Arab League. The 4th Economic and Social Development Summit is attended by only 3 Arab leaders. So you see, this is losing its charm. Microsoft India has launched a new e-commerce platform Reweave.in for handloom weavers under its project Reweave, a part of its philanthropic initiatives. Name the ambitious project of Director General of Civil Aviation in which a domestic flyer will be able to board flight with biometric-based verification. Dash conferred the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar 2019. Sitanshu Yashash Chandra is a famous what? Who launched the book Universal Brotherhood Through Yoga and named the naval exercise that is being undertaken along the entire Indian coastline. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation has notified rules for its ambitious project DigiYatra. Okay, so that's the biometric verification which will allow a domestic flyer to board the flight. President Ramnath Kovind conferred the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar 2019. Noted Gujarati poet Sitanshu Yashash Chandra has been awarded the Saraswati Samman 2017. VP Venkaiah Naidu, he released this book Universal Brotherhood Through Yoga, compiled by Bharatiya Sanskrit Peetham in New Delhi, and the name of the exercise is Sea Vigil. That's the largest coastal defense exercise of the Indian coast after a gap of almost 10 years. Okay, let's look at the next. What will be the rank of India in terms of oil consumption growth this year? Who has laid the foundation stone for Security Forces residential complex at Attari border in Punjab? Where has the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India organized the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Awareness Program? With which institute has Omega Healthcare Management Services signed an MoU to build industry-grade AI engines? And with which country has India signed 11 MoUs worth 9.5 million in health clinics and governance-related projects? Here are your answers. India will surpass China to become second largest oil demand growth center globally in 2019. Please note, this is oil growth, demand growth, okay, not the net. China is far ahead of India. Back to a buoyant auto fuel and LPG consumption. Research and consultancy group Wood Mackenzie said. In a report, Wood Mackenzie said India's oil demand growth recovered strongly in 2018 and contributed 14% of the global demand growth, or 245,000 barrels per day. Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh laid foundation stone for Security Forces residential complex at Attari border in Punjab. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, in association with 3 insolvency professional agencies, namely the Indian Institute of Insolvency Professionals of ICI, lead partner, the ICSI Institute of Insolvency Professional, and Insolvency Professional Agency of Institute of Cost Accountants of India, organized an Insolvency and Bankruptcy Awareness Program at Vadodara, Gujarat recently. Omega Healthcare Management Services said it has signed a pact with IIIT Bangalore for advanced use of its latest technology in providing healthcare solution. India has signed 11 MoUs worth 9.5 million with Afghanistan government. Okay, let's move to the next. Raghveer Singh Bhola, who died at the age of 92, was associated with which sports? The Railway Police Force Women's Squad named Joymati Bahani has been launched in the railway station of which place? Who has won Sir Garfield Sobers Trophy for ICC Cricketer of the Year 2018? Which state has declared Pake Paga Hornbill Festival as a state festival? The newly inaugurated Kirian Gandyal Bridge is constructed on which river? Let's look at the answers here. We are talking about former hockey player, Raghveer Singh Bhola, a two-time Olympic medalist, has passed away at the age 92. In Assam, Railway Protection Force of Lumding Division has taken a step towards enhancing the security of women in Northeast region. A dedicated RPF women's squad named Joymati Bahani, comprising women sub-inspector and constable of Railway Protection Force, was formally launched at Kamakhya railway station in Guwahati. Team India skipper Virat Kohli made history by becoming the first player in history to win Sir Garfield Sobers Trophy for ICC Cricketer of the Year, ICC Men Test Player of the Year, and ICC ODI Player of the Year. So all three awards was backed by him. Kohli was also named captain of ICC Test and ODI team of 2018 for a fabulous run in international cricket. The government of Arunachal Pradesh has declared the Pake Paga Hornbill Festival, that's Arunachal Pradesh, as the state festival. Okay, in Jammu and Kashmir, Union Minister for Road and Transport and Highway Nitin Gadkari dedicated to the nation Kirian Gandyal Bridge on river Ravi in Kathua district of Jammu. Let's look at the next set. Recently, which state has unveiled an official logo for state's tea to popularize the beverage and to promote potential tourism? Which state will provide 3.7 lakh as financial assistance to every Divyang for eco-friendly mobile vehicle shop? In which city has Maharashtra government rolled out World Health Organization recommended triple drug therapy for lymphatic filariasis to speed up the elimination of the disease? Which state has given 5% reservation to the upper caste Kapus? Which tech company has announced to create an independent institute for ethics in artificial intelligence at the Technical University of Munich in Germany? Let's look at the answers here. We're talking about the Tripura government having unveiled an official logo for the state's tea to popularize the beverage and promote the potential tourism. Okay, in a major step towards empowering differently abled population, the Maharashtra cabinet has approved 3.7 lakh as financial assistance to every Divyang for an eco-friendly mobile vehicle shop. Maharashtra is set to roll out WHO's recommended triple drug therapy for lymphatic filariasis to speed up elimination of the disease. A pilot project was launched in Nagpur. Lymphatic filariasis, also known as elephantiasis, is a neglected tropical disease. Your legs get swollen up. The Andhra Pradesh government has announced it will give only 5% reservation to the economically weaker section EWS and under the center's 10% quota, setting aside the rest to the upper caste Kapus. Facebook announced to create an independent institute for ethics in artificial intelligence at Technical University of Munich in Germany. Let's look at the next. Which department of central government became first to implement 10% reservation for the economically weaker section for general category? Who has been awarded Subhash Chandra Bose Aapda Prabandhan Puraskar for 2019? Prime Minister Modi inaugurated Subhash Chandra Bose Museum at which place? Where is the second World Integrated Medicine Forum 2019 being organized? And Coast Guard of India and Japan kicked off their disaster control, search and rescue exercise off the coast of. Let's look at the answer. Indian Railways set to become the first government department to implement 10% quota for general category poor in jobs in railway. Okay, here we are talking about the government has instituted an annual award titled Subhash Chandra Bose Aapda Prabandhan Puraskar. We have seen that in our previous GAinful. Award carries a certificate and a cash prize of 51 lakh rupees. This year, the 8th Battalion of the National Disaster Response Force located at Ghaziabad has been selected for the award for its commendable work in disaster management. Okay, we are talking about the museum, inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This happened at Red Fort in New Delhi. Union Minister State Ayush Shripad Naik inaugurated second World Integrated Medicine Forum in Panaji, Goa. Okay, the Coast Guard of India and Japan kicked off their disaster control, search and rescue exercises off the coast of Yokohama in Japan. What is the India's GDP forecast for financial year 2019 in India Outlook Financial Year 20 by CRISIL? What is India's GDP forecast for financial year 20 by IMF in World Economic Outlook released in Davos? What is India's GDP forecast for financial year 19-20 according to UN World Economic Situation and Prospects WESP 2019? Government of India is planning to link 22,000 mandis across the country with National Agricultural Market (ENAM) till which year? Recently, Nitin Gadkari laid the foundation stone of 6 Namami Gange projects in Agra, and which place we are talking about? Let's look at the answers here. India's growth rate is likely to inch up to 7.3% in 19 to 20 provided that there are normal rains and a stable political outcome of the general election, as per CRISIL, and said in its India's Outlook FY financial year 20. India's GDP forecast to expand 7.5% in financial year 20 and 7.7% in financial year 21 released by IMF. According to WESP, it will be 7.6% in 1920. Okay, so in the year 19 to 24, from an estimate of 7.4% in the current fiscal, that is 18-19. Okay, so all of them are projecting growth. Let's hope it happens. The Government of India is planning to link 22,000 mandis across the country with National Agriculture Market (ENAM), an online trading platform for agriculture commodities, by 21-22. Union Minister is Radha Mohan Singh. That's for agriculture. Union Minister for Water Resource, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, Road Transport and Highway and Shipping, Sri Nitin Gadkari laid the foundation stone of 6 Namami Gange project in Agra and Mathura. Okay, let's move to the next. Arrow 3 anti-ballistic missile system belongs to which country? Recently, with which country has Indian government approved an MoU for cooperation on recruitment of domestic workers? Which Indian port has been ranked 28th in the container port globally by Lloyds Report? What is India's rank in Bloomberg's Innovative Index 2019? Which company has been accredited as the fastest growing brand in IT services sector over the past decade by World Economic Forum? Let's look at the answers here. We're talking about Israel and United States carried out a successful test of the advanced anti-ballistic missile system Arrow 3. Okay, so this is for Israel and United States. Union Cabinet has approved an MoU between India and Kuwait, that's for cooperation in recruitment of domestic workers. India's largest container port, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust JNPT, has made its way to the top 30 container port across the globe. It is at 28th position in Lloyds Report. In a major development, India has debuted amongst world's most innovative countries according to a report. In Bloomberg's 2019 Innovative Index, India has grabbed 54th position among 95 countries. South Korea has retained the top spot, though improvements by Germany in research and education brought Europe's largest economy to near parity in the annual ranking. Notably, South Korea has got a score of 87.38 while Germany has received a score of 87.30. Very close two countries. Tata Consultancy Services announced that it has been accredited as the fastest growing brand in IT service sector over the past decade. The report released at the World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland. Which institution has initiated Industrial Outlook Survey and Service and Infrastructure Outlook Survey? Apurvi Chandela belonged to the sports. Which sports we are talking about? Dash became the fastest Indian to claim 100 wickets in one-day international. Who has started the Soman Financial Services, a microfinance company? And recently, which international organization has listed out top 10 global threats for 2019? Okay, so we are talking about Reserve Bank of India. They have instituted this Industrial Outlook Survey and the Service and Infrastructure Outlook Survey. It will be very important before the polls. It will be part of many rallies, these speeches. Olympian Apurvi Chandela won a gold medal and a bronze in Women's Air Rifle in Maton Cup International in Innsbruck, Austria. Mohammad Sami became the fastest Indian to claim 100 wickets in one-day international, reaching the mark in the opening match against New Zealand. This was his 56th game in the 50-over format. Anushri Jindal has launched her maiden business venture, Soman Financial Services, a microfinance company. Jindal Microfinance forays aimed at promoting financial inclusion for rural women and micro enterprises. The World Health Organization has listed out top 10 global health threats for 2019, ranging from vaccine-preventable disease to drug-resistant infection, from obesity and physical inactivity to cancer and environmental diseases like heart and lung problem. Okay, let's look at these. Who has been appointed as new MD and CEO of Yes Bank? Who has been appointed as the Vice Chairman of Banking Capital Market Advisory Asia Pacific of Citibank? Who became the new CEO of Interglobe Aviation? Where was the international conference on making our elections inclusive and accessible organized? The state of Uttar Pradesh celebrated its foundation day on which day of January? Let's look at the answers. We are talking about private sector lender. Yes Bank has announced the appointment of Ravneet Gill as its new Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer from 1st March 2019. Ramit Jhaveri, Chief Executive at Citibank India and South Asia, has been appointed Vice Chairman of Banking, Capital Market and Advisory Asia Pacific from 1st of April. Interglobe Aviation, owner of India's biggest airline by market share, Indigo, named Ronojoy Datta as the Chief Executive Officer for 5 years. The Chief Election Commissioner of India, Sri Sunil Arora, and the Election Commissioner, Sri Ashok Lavasa, inaugurated International Conference on Making Our Elections Inclusive and Accessible. International Centre for Parliamentary Studies, UK, and International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance have gathered in New Delhi to participate in the event. So this is where the event happened. Right? Uttar Pradesh is celebrating its 69th Foundation Day on January 24th. The first International Day of Education has been observed on what day of January? What is the theme of this year's National Girl Child Day? The Long-Range Surface-to-Air Missile LRSAM is a joint venture of India and which country? Which naval air station has been commissioned by Indian Navy on January 24th? Dash has been posthumously awarded Ashok Chakra, India's highest peacetime gallantry award. Let's look at the answers here. 24th January is celebrated as the International Day of Education. In India, National Education Day is observed on November 11. Okay, so this Women and Child Development celebrated National Girl Child Day on 24 January. The theme here was empowering girls for a brighter tomorrow. We are talking about LRSAM, the Long Range Surface to Air Missile. This is with the joint partnership of India and Israel. Naval Air Station Shibpur was commissioned as INS Kohasa by Admiral Sunil Lamba. Lance Naik Nazir Ahmed Wani has been posthumously awarded Ashok Chakra, India's highest peacetime gallantry award, for his role in counter-insurgency operations in Kashmir last year. Recently, which state has organized its second Global Investor Meet on January 23rd and 24th? Name the first satellite launched by ISRO in 2019. Recently, which country has created multiple monkeys from gene editing? NASR Nasr is the surface-to-surface ballistic missile of which country? Who has become the 16th king of Malaysia? Let's look at the answers now. The GIM, the second Global Investor Meet of Tamil Nadu, was held from 23rd to 24th. The first satellite named is Microsat R. The co-passenger, the student-made satellite CalamSat. Yeah, that's also with it. The Chinese scientists have cloned 5 monkeys. These monkeys were cloned from gene-edited Macau. Pakistan has successfully conducted a training launch of surface-to-surface ballistic missile Nasr, a high-precision shoot and scoot weapon system with the ability of in-flight maneuverability. Malaysia named Sultan Abdullah ibn Sultan Ahmad Shah as the country's 16th king. Which company was felicitated with the Indian Chamber of Commerce Social Impact Award in Sustainable Environment category? Name the report created by State Bank of India which suggested various measures on account of alleviating the agrarian distress and other rural concern about the rural economy. Himachal Pradesh celebrated its 49th full statehood day on what of January? India celebrated its 9th National Voter Day on what of January? And according to the recommendations of the PM Economic Advisory Council, how much growth could India increase at least by reforming the structural problems? Let's look at the answers here. Tetra Pak India, okay, so they are the one, yeah. World leading packaging and processing solution provider was felicitated with Indian Chamber of Commerce Social Impact Award. The government should opt for unconditional cash transfer to farmer to alleviate agrarian distress rather than universal basic income, is said by SBI. The name of the report is called EcoRap. Himachal Pradesh celebrated 49th full statehood on Jan 25th. It was on this day 1971 when Himachal Pradesh was carved out as the 18th state of the country. India celebrated its 9th National Voter Day on January 25th to mark the day when Election Commission of India was established in 1950. Despite global and structural challenges, India will continue to grow at 7.5% range in next few years, one of the highest growth rate in the world, which could further go by at least 1% through reform designed to address structural problem, the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council said. Okay, let's move ahead. Recently, with which country has India agreed to set up energy banking mechanism? Name the Bharat Ratna recipients of 2019. South Asia's first proton therapy center, Apollo Proton Cancer Center, was launched where? Which rover of NASA has completed its 15 years on the surface of the Mars? And Krishna Sopti passed away at the age of 94, was a famous writer of which literature? Let's look at the answers here. India and Nepal, they have agreed to set up the energy banking mechanism that would help the Himalayan country exports its surplus electricity to the neighbor India during the monsoon season and import power during its lean season in winter. So in monsoon, India needs most electricity, so Nepal can give, and during winter when India does not need so much and Nepal needs it more, India can give it to Nepal. Social activist Nanaji Deshmukh, singer Bhupen Hazarika and former President Pranab Mukherjee will be conferred with highest civilian honor, Bharat Ratna. South Asia's first proton therapy center was launched in Chennai. NASA's Opportunity rover has completed 15 years of touchdown on the surface of Mars. Okay. Famous Hindi writer and essayist Krishna Sopti. So she was the Hindi writer. That's the language we were looking for. Let's try these now. Russell Baker, who died at the age of 93, was a famous American what? Punjab National Bank has appointed whom as the executive director of the bank? Under which age group the people of Indian origin can apply for Pravasi Tirth Darshan Yojana of the Union government? Which country has created the longest pedestrian bridge with 3D printer? Recently, which state government has decided to form State Tiger Protection Force? Let's look at the answers now. We are talking about Russell Baker. He was the Pulitzer Prize winning writer who penned thousands of columns for New York Times. Punjab National Bank has appointed has announced the appointment of King Kumar Azad as Executive Director of the bank. We're talking about age group 45 to 65 who will be eligible for this Pravasi Tirth Darshan Yojana, and there also Girmitya countries will be given the preference. The 86-foot long pedestrian bridge was created entirely by 3D printer. We are talking about it happened in China. The Telangana government has decided to form State Tiger Protection Force. Jayant Kaikini is a famous writer of which literature? Which PSU has been awarded the best Mini Ratna PSU in strategic performance in financial category? Who is the recipient of Padma Vibhushan this year? How many people became the recipient of Padma Bhushan this year? And how many people became the recipient of Padma Shri this year? Let's look at the answers here. Kannada writer Jayant Kaikini won the DSC prize for South Asian literature 2019. Yeah, No Presents Please, a collection of his Mumbai stories that offers a fine-grained, ground-up view of the arguably India's greatest metropolis. Numaligarh Refinery Limited, NRL Assam, has been awarded the Best Mini Ratna PSU in the Strategic Performance Financial category at the Governance Now 6 PSU Award. The Padma Vibhushan is the second highest civilian award of the Republic of India, second only to Bharat Ratna, instituted on 2nd January 1954. The award is given for exceptional and distinguished services without distinction of race, occupation, position or sex. 2019 recipient, total 4. Tijanbai, Art, Vocal Folk, she is from Chhattisgarh. Ismail Omar Guelle, Public Affairs, Djibouti. Anil Kumar Manibhai Nayak, Trade and Industry. And Balwant Moreshwar Purandare, Art Acting Theatre, Maharashtra. The Padma Bhushan is the third highest civilian award in the Republic of India, preceded by Bharat Ratna and Padma Vibhushan, followed by Padma Shri. Okay, so that's the hierarchy. Bharat Ratna 1, then your Vibhushan comes, then your Bhushan comes, yeah, and finally Shri, right? And this year it was given to 14 people. Finally, Padma Shri this year was given to 93 people. So you can see this is 3, 4, 14 and 93. Yeah. Dash is the 2018 Hindi Word of the Year announced by the Oxford Dictionaries. Bhanu Prakash Singh, who died at the age of 90, was the former governor of which state? Oscar-winning Michel Legrand, who died at the age of 86, was what? Name the first woman officer to lead an all-men army contingent in the 70th Republic Day Parade. For the first time, who led the all-women contingent of the 183-year-old Assam Rifle at the Republic Day Parade? Let's look at the answers here. We're talking about Nari Shakti as the word of the year, Hindi word of the year announced by the Oxford Dictionaries. We're talking about Bhanu Prakash Singh. He was the governor of Goa. He became in 1991. Oscar-winning French composer Michel Legrand. He passed away at the age of 86. Lieutenant Bhavna Kasturi became the first woman officer to lead an all-men army contingent in the Republic Day Parade. Okay. 4 veterans of the Indian Army, Indian National Army, an all-women contingent of 183-year-old Assam Rifle marching down Rajpath, led by Major Khushbu Kanwar. Just remember these names are very important. And an IF aircraft flying using mix of traditional and biofuels were among the many firsts of the Republic Day. Name the first female officer to be part of an all-male daredevil team at the 70th Republic Day Parade. Who is the winner of Women's Australian Open Grand Slam single title? Which state has started the program named Tiban Sampark for the welfare of vulnerable tribal groups of the state? Which state has decided to provide 100-day employment to the economically weaker section in urban areas under Yuva Swabhiman Yojana? Recently, to use biojet fuel on all military and civilian aircraft, Bureau of Indian Standard has collaborated with whom? Let's look at the answers here. Captain Shikha Surabhi, just remember her name also, is the first female officer to be part of an all-men daredevil team. Japan's Naomi Osaka won her first, or that was her maiden Australian Open Grand Slam title, and she has become the first Asian player to achieve the world #1 ranking. Odisha CM Naveen Patnaik announced Tiban Sampark project in partnership with UNICEF India to generate awareness about the development and welfare of initiative of state government among particularly vulnerable tribal groups of the state. On the occasion of Republic Day, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Kamal Nath announced the launch of Yuva Swabhiman Yojana for youth from the economically weaker section in urban area. To use biojet fuel on all military and civilian aircraft, Bureau of Indian Standard has, in collaboration with IAF, research organization and industry, brought out a new standard for aviation turbine fuels. Let's look at the next. With which Indian payment card services Etihad Guest has joined hands to launch a travel-specific Visa credit card for members and Indian travelers? Which country have been awarded by China for the contribution of the Belt and Road Initiative project? Who is the winner of Republic Day Journalism Award of 2019 given by the Assam government? Medical product maker Ascent Meditech has made Dash the brand ambassador for its flagship brand Flamingo. Recently, in which European city over 70,000 people marched in demand to fight climate change? Let's look at the answers here. SBI Card and Etihad Guest, the loyalty program of Etihad Airways, have joined hands to launch a travel-specific Visa credit card for the members and the Indian travelers. China has bestowed special award on the envoys of Pakistan, Maldives and Sri Lanka for their contribution to the Belt and Road Initiative, also known as One Belt, One Road or the Silk Road Economic Belt. Asian government has conferred the Republic Day Journalism Award to the veteran journalist and former editor Dhirendra Nath Chakravarti. Medical product maker Ascent Meditech said it has appointed Bollywood actor Hrithik Roshan as the brand ambassador for its flagship brand Flamingo. At least 70,000 people, braved cold and rain in Brussels, capital of Belgium, to demand the Belgian government and the European Union increase their effort to fight climate change. This is the biggest climate, march ever. I think you need lots of them for the politicians all over the world to do something about it. The theme of 2019 World Leprosy Day is what? International Holocaust Remembrance is observed on what of January? Recently, which country has declared sugarcane juice as its national drink? On January 27th, PM Modi has laid the foundation stone for AIMS at which place? What is the new name of the India's fastest train, Train 18, that will run from Delhi to Varanasi? Let's look at the answers here. The World Leprosy Day theme this year was ending discrimination, stigma and prejudice. The United Nations has designated 27 January as the Holocaust Remembrance. The theme here was demand and defend your human rights. Okay, January 27th, just remember this. The Pakistan government declared sugarcane juice as its national drink. AIMS at Madurai we are talking about in Tamil Nadu. That's where it was the foundation stone was laid down. India's fastest indigenous train, which will run from Delhi to Varanasi, has been named as Vande Bharat Express, earlier Train 18. We all know about the train, the stone throwing incident on this train. Let's try these now. What is India's rank in General Data Protection Regulation of the global network company Cisco? On Jan 26, Union Minister Dr. Harshvardhan inaugurated 3 specialized centers at Dash of solar power and waste management. Who is the winner of Australian Open Grand Slam men's title this year? Karthik Sharma is associated with which sports, and who is the winner of Indonesian Master Women's Single Badminton title? Let's look at the answers here. Our country here is the 6th leading nation globally in GDPR readiness index. Global networking leader Cisco has said. Dr. Harshvardhan has inaugurated 3 specialized centers at Madras IIT. Okay, Novak Djokovic of Serbia has won record 7th Australian title and the 3rd successive Grand Slam. He swept aside Rafael Nadal of Spain in Melbourne. Indian Karthik Sharma won New South Wales Men's Amateur Golf Championship. So the Karthik Sharma is a golf player. Saina Nehwal has been declared the winner of Indonesian Master after Carolina Marin was forced to retire with a knee injury. She was leading the match. Saina just got lucky there. Okay, which state has given reservation to the person belonging to Pahadi community? Which state has started all Operation Olympics, initiative to provide international standard training to athletes of the state? Name the Android app developed by IIT Roper that would help impaired people to easily determine the denomination of the currency notes. Romain Ronald Prize is related to the field of what? After reporting 0 cases of rabies in 2018, which state has targeted to make state rabies free by 2020? Let's look at the answers here. It is J&K which has decided to give reservation to Pahadi communities. Operation Olympic is starting in Kerala. That's a program to train athletes in 11 disciplines, giving them the best possible training so that they do something good in Olympics. So IIT Roper, that's the name of the app. Roshni for determining the denomination of the currency notes. Romain Ronald Prize is for literary translations or Tamil work was translated. The Life of an Unknown Man. This is I think this is your French translation. La vie un homme incon. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. At the ongoing Jaipur Literary Festival. And with 5.2 lakh children and 23 school teachers educated on the virus in 4 years, with close to 1 lakh dogs vaccinated annually and 106 positive samples between 17 and 18, Goa is the first state that did not report a single human death due to rabies last year, and the targets rabies free by 2020. Wonderful initiative. Okay, so with that we come to an end of this week's Gainful. I'll again see you very soon with the next. Thank you very much.